Michael Jordan. 6 NBA championships, countless MVP awards, incredible dunks. We all know him as a legend, a god on the court. But what if I told you that the greatest athlete of all time was considered a failure? His billion-dollar empire didn't start with a win. It started with a straight-up rejection. Today, we're not just going to talk about shots. We're going to explore how Michael Jordan turned criticism and failure into his ultimate weapon. This is how he used the very bricks people threw at him to build a giant monument. It all began in 1978. Michael Jordan, then just 15 years old, was staring at a piece of paper. It was the school basketball team roster. He read it over and over, but his name was not there. Imagine that. Even crazier? His best friend Leroy Smith was selected. Coach Clifton "Pop" Herring told Jordan straight to his face that he was too short, too weak, and not good enough. This was a massive humiliation. In the documentary The Last Dance, Jordan recalls running home, locking his room door, and crying. He wanted to give up everything, but at that worst moment, something unbelievable happened. His mother, Dolores, said a sentence that changed everything. "Prove them wrong." And that's exactly what he did. That rejection became fuel. He trained like a madman. His coach said he arrived at school at 7 a.m. and Jordan was already there. Every day. He made the practice court his home, training from before sunrise until late at night to prove them wrong. And his body responded. He grew remarkably tall. When he returned to school the next year, the boy who was cut was now 6'5". Not only was his name on the roster, but he became the team's #1 star. That cut didn't become a scar. It became a badge of honor. That failure taught him the greatest lesson. Pain is power. Fast forward to the NBA. Jordan was a superstar from day one. But his team, the Chicago Bulls, was not. And there was a team, the Detroit Pistons, like a giant brick wall blocking their way. They were called the Bad Boys for a reason. Their play was extremely brutal, and they had a special plan just to stop Michael Jordan, called the Jordan Rules. Listen, it was crazy. The plan was to take him down every time he went inside, no mercy, and it worked. For 3 straight years, from 1988 to 1990, the Pistons destroyed the Bulls. They hit him, pushed him, and tortured him on the court. For someone with a big ego like Jordan, that was an absolute humiliation. Anyone else would have broken down. But Michael Jordan was different. He looked at the bruises, felt the defeat, and turned it into a plan. He knew he couldn't just jump over this wall. He had to break it down. In the summer of 1990, Jordan undertook one of the craziest training regimens ever. Alongside Coach Tim Grover, he gained nearly 15 pounds of pure muscle. He didn't do it to look better. He did it to withstand the Pistons' blows. And when the 1991 season started, he was a beast. When they met the Pistons again in the Eastern Conference Finals, the script completely changed. This time, the Bulls swiped the Pistons 4-0. He turned the wall into rubble and opened his own dynasty. Jordan was now on top of the world. 3 consecutive championships. He was unbeatable. And then, tragedy struck. In the summer of 1993, his father, James Jordan Sr., his closest friend, was murdered. Jordan's world collapsed. And he did something no one expected. On October 6, 1993, he retired from basketball. Right at the peak of his career. The whole world was shocked. But he didn't take a break. He did something even crazier. He played professional baseball. It was the sport his father loved. And honestly, he was terrible. From the greatest athlete, he became an average player. People laughed at him. They called it a joke. But they missed the point. This wasn't about becoming a star. It was how he dealt with pain, how he connected with his father. He learned to accept failure from rock bottom every day. And then, after more than a year, the fire returned. In March 1995, he sent out 2 words that shook the entire planet. "I'm back." And he came back even better than before. He led the Bulls to 3 more championships. And the most incredible moment? The 1996 championship, which happened on Father's Day. The cameras caught him collapsing on the locker room floor, clutching the ball and crying. He had been through hell and back, greater than ever. Hear this from Jordan himself. "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed, and failed again in my life. And that's why I succeed." This is his entire secret. For most people, failure is the end. For Jordan, it's fuel. He has the ability to turn every criticism, every contempt into a personal challenge. Someone talks bad about him, he'll score 50 points in their face. Look at the famous flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals. He was severely ill, with a fever so high he could barely stand. He should have been in bed. Instead, he went out, scored 38 points, and won. Crazy! He conquered even his body's limits. His greatest weapon wasn't his shot or dunk. It was his mind. The ability to look at failure and see it as an opportunity to become stronger. He wasn't afraid of failure, he sought it, because he knew he couldn't succeed without daring to fail. His greatness was built on thousands of falls. Michael Jordan's story is bigger than sports. It shows us that failure is not the end. It's just the beginning. He taught us that rejection can be the best motivation, that walls are built to be broken, and pain can make you stronger in unimaginable ways. Michael Jordan redefined the meaning of failure. So my question for you is, what is your biggest failure, and how did you turn it into a victory? Let me know in the comments now. I want to read them all. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Don't miss videos like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.